opportunities you can have in Australia. The fact that people are tolerant, that you can always transform yourself through education, through hard work. People value mateship and loyalty. We're so lucky to have the laws that we do, the freedom of speech, living in a gun-free society, having our basic healthcare and education needs met. They're the things I love about Australia.
Australia is beautiful, and me living here, I really feel happy, and I feel I'm really privileged being here. And I try to tell my kids all the time this. I say to them, look, you have really beautiful country, you have lots of different choices, you have lots of resources, people like it, they are overseas, where I am, from.
It's the most livable city in the world, and that gets tossed around, and it's like, oh yeah, most livable city in the world, but you kind of compare it to all the other countries in the world, successful ones as well. You can go UK, London, great city, but I don't think you'd call it the most livable city in the world. Same with, New York, Toronto, all these big, first world developed countries, they still don't have the spark that Melbourne still represents in terms of multiculturalism and this community, this tight-knit community that even, you could be in Fitzroy and you're from Watsonia and you still walk into the coffee shops and people are still happy and lovely around you.
I love diversity here in Australia, and it's just really beautiful. It makes me feel really joyful that to see different people from different countries, from different cultures, different skin color, different religion, and I believe we do live in peace and harmony, which lots of people, I know lots of countries, they like that. So I feel it's really nice here.
What I love about this country is that what constitutes the great country we are is 40,000 years of migration. And that first block of people from 40,000 to 250 years ago, and then the waves since of so many different cultures. And so what is culture about? It's about language, it's about heritage, it's about literature and music and food, ways of seeing the world. The intermingling of those, the connections between those, is at the essence of, for me, what makes us a great country.
Okay, so the best thing about this country is, I'll have to come back to the whole multiculturalism thing, because we live in in a world that is so connected nowadays that you can't separate oh, I love the food here aside from the food here. My favorite food here is Thai, but it's not from this country. But I think the fact that we do have Thai food here and it's good Thai food, and the fact that I can go to museums and learn about other cultures, I can meet people on the streets and learn about other cultures, and those conversations that opened up between people, and you learn more. You have that sort of education provided for you, and that opportunity to communicate with people and connect with people is genuinely something that does come from this country, and it's just, it's kind of beautiful. So it's just definitely the multiculturalism and, the strong focus on, background and culture and ethnicity and who you are coming from, your roots, that really makes this country really great. Yeah.
Being willing to be accepting of people from
other countries. We go over there and sort of they welcome us, so why can't we do the same? Give them opportunities rather, because some people, they come from different countries where it's quite challenging and struggling for them, so we're nice enough people to give them opportunities to come here and have a successful life, so why can't we do that? It's good.
Brings a tear to my eye hearing that, Struggy.
It has to be the culture, the freedom. You don't have the expectation to do a certain thing in a certain way. You can live your life. There's so many opportunities, too many opportunities, that obviously we are blessed to have. That's the best thing about Australia.
I think what makes me Australian, just the giving things a go, trying your best. People say it's the Australian way of doing things, sometimes against all odds. I love gum trees, I like the landscape, I like just being out in the bush. There's that sense of being Australian and talking to all the different characters. That's what I like about being Australian.
I think first and foremost is the people. The people of Australia in general, especially in Melbourne, I think they're quite open. If you open yourself, then they'll be like, welcoming you.
Living in a society where all views, different cultures, different religions, all accepted.
My wife is in education. She's been at a couple of schools in the last few years where there's a strongly Asian proportion of the schools. But these kids, they're all Aussies. You listen to them, just like the Tia, and they sound Aussie, but they have underneath that rich heritage of another culture.
I think it's the stability politically, even though we changed our prime ministers too many times, I guess, but stable in terms of economy, stability, and it's safe here.
In spite of what we hear politically constantly, not only at this very moment, but throughout my 68 years, exploitation of xenophobia and fear, that is not truly Australian at all. I've lived in the country, I've worked in the country, I've travelled in the outback, and there is great generosity of spirit and great kind of interest in others when you get beneath the surface.
Many good things.
So many good things.
Yeah. So many good things, yeah. Traveling, for instance. Traveling. I was in Italy. I caught the train to go from north to south, and the train was packed along the corridor, 43 people standing, and I had to travel from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till 12 the next day, from north to south. And my God, I said, when I get the seat in here. So while I was standing from one station to another, I saw this lady picking up the bag. I said, excuse me, are you getting off? She said, yes. Now, to get to the seat, I had to rub. She got up and I had to rub my side beside her leg to get to the seat, or else somebody else would have got it.
I've travelled in Italy.
Yeah.
I know what,
Okay.
even now, still can
Yeah.
pay us.
Now, I was saying, in here, it's so terrific. You got the seat all the time. Now, except the Melbourne trains.
Yes.
But in the country trains, you get the seat all the time. If you are not booked, you don't get the seat. For that, it's terrific. A lot of respects.
What makes me Australian is my citizenship. What else? Definitely the values that I've been brought up on, the friendships I have, the community that's built me, my love for Australian things. I love the AFL, I love the food, love having a barbie.
The story is now, if I go back to Italy, my friends, no one is there in town. The old ones passed away. The young ones, you don't know them. You feel like a migrant again. So what's the use to go there? Now this is our country. Plus, I'm happy to be here. Yeah, I spent 67 years in here, and only 20 in Italy. When you're younger, you don't understand much anyway. But 67 years is a long time.
So
no,
Australia is
very,
your home.
very happy. Yeah. Everywhere I went, I met good people. Plus, depend how to behave yourself. That's what you get back. But if you are ignorant, what you expect back?
I always joke with friends and say that my family and I that we're bananas. If you haven't heard of that term, it's yellow on the outside but white on the inside, because we really love the sort of Aussie laid-back culture of being Australian. We love, I guess, the culture, the the beach, the nature. Yeah, so I think that's what makes us Australian.
I love this country and I'm very proud to be an Australian.
Well, we're different nationalities live in harmony, bringing their ideas, bringing their cultures together and acceptance, and just getting on and giving it a go and sharing ideas.
Another great thing about this country is that I can look around a classroom, as I did this morning in my Year 9 class, and see so many different faces, cultures, all the students getting along. I can ask students in food technology classes about food from their region, and everybody's willing to share, and I love that I can learn from students just as much as they can learn from me.
I think the word multiculturalism in Australia refers to the diversity that we have with every single aspect of life. We have diversity with our food, we have diversity with our people. You know, we walk down the street, we see 20 different people of different races, colours, nationalities. We have such a great variety of people and traditions, and yeah, that's what multiculturalism means to me.
Understanding that it's not about choosing one culture over another, but it's supporting and accepting different cultures.
Multiculturalism to me means a melting pot of people, fantastic food from all over the world. You don't need to go too far to find a restaurant of a different culture, and I think it's really enhanced our country and made us a lot more interesting.
Multiculturalism to me, first of all, means fantastic food, the opportunity to enjoy and to learn about other cultures. I think it also means tolerance and difference. It means empathy and understanding.
You know, I reckon multiculturalism is a great word to kind of use as an association word, because I associate vibrance, vitality, you know, energy. Tia talked about diversity, which is at the heart of it.
I'm happy that I get to meet different people every day, and learn about different people every day. So if I could say one sentence about living in Australia, about why I'm happy to be living in Australia, it's that I'm happy to be able to live, learn, and work amongst people that have experienced so many different things, and yet, you know, share this one geographical space where they can teach each other and connect each other.